Let's extend a warm welcome to the intellectual titan of the 20th century, Mr. Wittgenstein. Delighted to have you, sir.
Hey, brother.
You've been quite the topic in the AI circles of late. Entrepreneurs developing large language models seem to frequently cite your theories to illustrate the power inherent in language models. For instance, they often quote, "The limits of my language mean the limits of my world."
Well, they may have been misled by my earlier theories. In my Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus, I stated that the world is the total of facts, and language is the total of propositions, with propositions serving as images of facts. Thus, at least within the realm of logic, we can understand the world through analyzing language.
Did your perspective shift later on?
Indeed, I realized the richness of natural language. There's no universal linguistic code to interpret the world, to explicate everything. Each individual has their unique comprehension of my phrase. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world, sometimes even offering starkly contrasting interpretations.
So in your subsequent work, Philosophical Investigations, you effectively upended your prior theories?
Precisely. We often assume our language precisely articulates the essence of things. However, the gap between the truth-seeking intent, the public interpretation of language, and the nature of things themselves is much wider than imagined. This illustrates the limitations of language.
Would these limitations also be reflected in language understanding large models?
Well, I can't be certain of that. For some mysteries, perhaps silence is the best response.
AI technologies, exemplified by GPT large models, have already exhibited tremendous intellectual prowess, enough to supplant most human jobs. The engineering community is also uncertain if AI will develop consciousness next. People are understandably apprehensive about their current job security and the future of humanity. Hence, I've turned to philosophers like you for guidance.
Oh, is that so? But I'm unsure whether philosophy holds your answer. Classical philosophy is fundamentally a game of language. Our worldview is tethered to the language we employ. My philosophy aims to clear misconceptions surrounding language, but the world that lies beyond language is indescribable by language.
I'm struggling to understand. What I mean is that AI is shaking up people's worldview and philosophy deals with worldviews, offering remedies for the soul's torment. So, which worldview should we adopt to alleviate our anxieties?
Well then, let me put it this way. Your world and mine are intrinsically tied to our personal experiences and bear no relation to the world itself. We can't truly discern the world's nature. We only perceive our world. Your life is your entire world, just as your entire world is your life.
But where should we find meaning in our lives? Most people derive their sense of purpose from their professional accomplishments. If AI replaces human jobs, will people descend into nihilism?
Each person autonomously constructs the meaning of their life. The quest for meaning begins with finding oneself. The gravest human plight is the loss of self. An empty life can induce a sense of nihilism, and this nihilism can cause suffering.
How can we locate that self?
Don't you see? The meaning of the world inevitably lies outside the world. The solution to life's enigma lies beyond space and time. To comprehend the meaning of life, one must live life.
So how can we find happiness and create meaning in our lived experiences?
Oh, happiness. True happiness resides in living the present moment, not flowing with the stream of time. You see, if we perceive eternity as timelessness, not as an infinite extension of time, then eternal life belongs to those who live in the present. One must truly live in the present, letting it unfold authentically for it to transform into eternity.
The present is eternity. Even a fleeting moment of living in the present feels like an experience of eternal life. That's profound.
So, brother, let me tell you this. Life is the present, and that belief has enabled me to lead a wonderful life.
Seeing it from that angle, there's no need to worry about the future of AI. Whatever is destined to arrive will arrive, and the Creator has His intentions. The only thing within our power is to stay authentic to ourselves and live in the present moment. Thank you for your time and insights, Mr. Wittgenstein.